Hey guys, so like I said, I was going to be doing a quick reaction video to this new rendition of the Sailor Stars opening, the final entry into the Sailor Moon story. Now, for those who are fans of the 90s version, I get it, the one that started it, this is the one that most, grew up with. I respect that. That's fine. If you like it, you like it. But there are also those who, unfortunately, when I'm looking at the comments for this take, that they're just being stupid. And I'm not apologizing for calling those people out. If you have a problem with it, that's yours to shoulder. But for those of us who are familiar, just as familiar with this IP, if you're just going to be dumb about it, that's on you, never me. With that being said, here we go. I'm just going to be, watching this whole thing first. Then I'll try to give a quick analysis because as time goes by, the size of these videos, they tend to get a little bit big because of the quality and all of that. So here we go. Not bad. Oh, why does it sound familiar? Okay. Okay, there's a few familiar moments here. Okay, there's something here. And this reminds me of something. Okay, this looks familiar to me. Okay, so like I said, I'm just going to give a quick general analysis here and overall my general thoughts. But I want to be clear, there are a few things that I did spot as I was watching this, so let me just play a little bit and then I'll get more into it. Okay, those first few seconds, if you saw it a few minutes ago, when I was like going, why does it sound familiar? I think I might be right about this though. Let me know in the comments. I am 100% certain that was Nana Mizuki-san who actually, did that. For those who are familiar with her work, I actually happen to like her work. Likely, I'm just going to list them out right now. She did Hinata from Naruto, who happens to be the wife of, the main character Naruto. And then she was also in, the flower-themed Pretty Cure series, Hot to Catch Purikya as Cure Blossom. In addition to that, she was also in Rosario Vampire. For those who have watched that anime, she is the main heroine. And then she's also Tsubasa, who is in, Symphogear. And I want to add one more character, and it happens to be my favorite, Feito Testarossa from Mahou Shoujo Ririka Nanoha, who happens to be the, I guess you could say, wife or girlfriend of Nanoha Takamachi, who happens to raise their daughter Vibio, who was in Strikers. If that wasn't clear, like how I'm describing it, though, I just love her work. She's a really good singer, in my opinion. And as I mentioned before, for those who are just bashing just for the sake of it, they're really not fans per se. I'm just saying that right now, and I am not apologizing for it. But that being said, let's keep going on here. There are a few things I did recognize. So here, they are kind of like paying tribute to the original to a degree. So I like that it's almost a nod to the past works. I'm just kind of going slowly here. And the thing that really caught my attention, I'll go as quickly as I can here, that when it came to the starlights, I'll get to that in a bit, but this part right here, as you can sort of see, it is a nod to the previous film, which was Eternal. What I like about that previous film is that it does try to, I guess I could say, summarize what the TV show tried doing, in the sense that, the events of the season before this, I think they did it pretty well with, Helios, and also the home world, where Mamoru is from, which is the exact opposite of where, Usagi's former self lived on the moon. They're totally opposites, at least according to the lore. And there are a few things I did recognize, voice acting wise, when I watched Eternal for the first time. And it took me a while, but then after looking at the end credits, I recognized 3 actors. And 3 of them were actually in the Power Rangers franchise. Now, excuse me for a moment as I geek out a little. Johnny Young Bosch, Christina V, both of these actors were just doing the part of the previous actors who were in Sailor Moon originally. In this case, Johnny Young Bosch, fans know him in anime as well as Power Rangers. He is the second Black Ranger. The first one was Zack, done by Walter Jones. Christina V, most know her from that Miraculous Ladybug. But she is the second voice actor for Sailor Mars. I forget who the first one was. She plays a Black Ranger in Power Rangers Hyperforce. The third actor that I recognized is none other than Barbara Goodson herself, Rita Repulsa. She was the only one I was comfortable talking about anime because she's done quite a bit. And I did get to meet her only once back in 2009. And it's now 2023. 14 years, people. 14 years. I'm like, where has the time gone? And the thing is that as soon as I recognized those 3, I was just geeking out like nuts. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Because there was something about it that I recognized. And I did mention with Christina V that, I recognized her and Johnny Young Bosch. They used to be in a old video podcast. One of the few video podcasts I remember back then as a kid, or in my teen years, back when the internet was in its infancy, called Anime TV. Yes, I'm going that far back, ladies and gentlemen. She said she was in college back then at the time, and, the fact I'm digging that far back shows how pretty good of a memory I'd probably say I have. But moving on, for those who recognize this part right here, I'll just play it just for a second. I will mention that I am a little bit late in trying to upload my reaction to the first bit of it, but this is actually a nice nod, though, to how the franchise started back with the cartoon, and it is kind of like giving a nod to, previous moments. not just in Crystal, but also again the original. One thing I remembered when I actually went to the panel for the final entry of Sailor Moon, when word got out about it, they were hesitant because of these three characters, the Starlights, who were actually in the guise of men, but were actually women. And it doesn't surprise me that, why this was supposedly difficult back then, but I am familiar with the reasons. That being said, there is one other bit here that I recognize. Let me get past here. There's the part with Galaxia. I could argue the darker half as of Sailor Kakyu. This part right here is actually a nod to either the opening or if it had to do with one of the moments in the original show itself. Basically, Usagi has her friends behind her and they support her. And, Galaxia was trying to unleash, Usagi's darker half. Not successful, I might say. She was trying to break her down, I'll put it that way. The only other ones that I know that had a darker half was, Hotaru. Then you have Mistress Nine, as well as Chibiusa with Black Lady. And we all know how that went. But overall, I really enjoyed how this was done. The music's really good. I do think that this new rendition is actually really well done. Kudos to the people working on it and the singers, though, who are doing the characters. As much as, again, I love Nana Mizuki and her work, and I did list them out, for those of you who are Mooney fans, if you like this, I'm sure this will definitely bring some, tears to your eyes. Because when I was listening to this, I kind of got emotional myself. But overall, I really enjoyed this. This is just me, Skyhound, giving my general thoughts. So hopefully you guys liked it. This is Geek Detective Pierce, also known as Skyhound, signing off for now. Peace.